It is a quiet evening. I sit alone with my notebook and a dream. I want to speak English. I want to speak it well, but I have no teacher. I do not go to school. I have no one to talk to in English, yet I believe I can learn at home. Every day, I remind myself of one promise. I will not give up. I know few words. My grammar is not perfect. My voice is unsure. But I have desire. I have courage. That is enough to begin. I look around my room. My notebook is empty, but my heart is full. It is full of hope and full of questions. Can I learn English alone? Can I speak fluently without help? Then I hear a small voice within me. It says, yes, you can. If you feel the same, this message is for you. Stay with me. I will guide you step by step. Let me share a truth. You do not need a class to become fluent. You do not need big plans or costly books. You just need a small start and a strong heart. You can learn from your bedroom. This is your space. This is your moment. You are not alone. I am here with you. Let's begin together. Chapter 1. My first day speaking English alone. It is a new morning. The sun shines softly, but my heart feels heavy. I want to speak English. I want to grow, yet I do not know where to begin. There is no teacher. There is no class. I am at home. I am alone, and I feel afraid. I look around my room. It is silent. I sit on my bed and wonder, can I learn like this? My mind says no, but my heart says try. So I try. I look at the table and whisper, this is a table. I look at the chair and say, this is a chair. I look at the window and say, this is a window. These are easy words, yet speaking them feels strange. I talk slowly. I feel shy, but I continue. I walk to the kitchen. I see a cup and say, this is a cup. I see a spoon. This is a spoon. I see a plate. This is a plate. I speak to objects as if they are my friends. I give words to the world around me. Then I stand before the mirror. I look at my face. I smile and say, hello, how are you? I laugh softly. It feels silly but warm. I ask, what is your name? I answer, my name is Sam. I say, nice to meet you. I reply, nice to meet you too. This is my first English conversation, and I have it with myself. I sit again. I open my notebook. I write a few new words. Then I speak them aloud. I repeat them many times. My voice is not perfect, but it is mine and it matters. Even if no one hears me, I keep speaking. At first, I make many mistakes. Sometimes I forget the words. Sometimes I say them wrong. But I do not stop. I continue, because mistakes are part of learning. When you speak alone, you feel strange at first. You feel shy. You feel afraid. But every word is a small victory. Every sentence is one small step forward. I talk to myself while brushing my teeth. I say, I brush my teeth. When I make tea, I say, I boil water. I take the cup. I pour the tea. I turn daily life into simple English. It becomes part of my routine. The best thing is this. I can speak slowly. I can repeat as many times as I want. No one laughs at me. No one stops me. I feel safe. I feel free. I feel like I am building a new part of myself. Real confidence does not begin on a stage. It does not begin in front of people. It begins in your room. It begins when you speak, even when you feel afraid. It begins when you use your voice, even when no one is listening. That day, I do not learn many words. I do not learn grammar. I learn something greater. I learn to begin. And that is the first secret of learning English at home. You begin even in fear. You speak even when you are alone. And slowly, fear becomes strength. This is how my journey started. One object, one sentence, one mirror, one voice, my own. and that voice grows stronger each day. Chapter 2. Listening like a child. The next day, I wake with a new question. I ask myself, how do babies learn a language? They do not read books. They do not study grammar. They simply listen. They listen all the time. They hear their parents. They hear songs. They hear people talk. They do not understand everything, but they still listen. So I decide to do the same. I will listen. I will listen every day. I do not need to understand every word. I just need to hear the sounds, the rhythm, the music of English. I want to train my ears. I take my phone and search for podcasts. I find one called Slow English Stories. The voice is slow and clear. I listen to the first story. It is about a girl visiting the market. It is simple. I understand most of it. I smile. I feel good. Then I find another podcast, only 5 minutes long. The speaker talks about breakfast, the bus, going to work. I listen carefully. I repeat short sentences after the speaker. I speak softly, but I speak. After that, I open YouTube. I search for easy English conversations. I find videos where two people speak slowly. One says, "Hello, how are you?" The other replies, "I'm fine, thank you." I know these words. I pause the video. I repeat the lines. I say them again and again. I learn a new way to listen. I do not listen for fun. I listen for learning. I listen with focus. I listen to copy. I listen to grow. I make a small plan. When I cook breakfast, I play an audio story. I listen while cutting vegetables. I listen while water boils. My hands work. My ears learn. When I clean my room, I play another podcast. I listen to how they say things. I notice stress words. I hear how the voice moves up and down. I feel the rhythm of English. I do not repeat while cleaning. I just listen and feel the sound. Later, I go for a walk. I take my headphones. I play a short English story. I listen again and again. The same story 3 times. Every time I understand more. I notice new things. I feel proud. Sometimes I do not understand at all. But I do not stop. I do not feel sad. I know my ears are growing stronger, just like a child. At night before sleep, I play one more audio. A soft bedtime story in English. I close my eyes and listen. I do not catch every word, but the voice is calm. The words are gentle. My brain listens. My heart listens. I fall asleep with English in my ears. This is how I learn now. I listen every day. I do not study. I do not memorize. I do not write. I just listen like a child. I listen at breakfast. I listen while walking. I listen when I clean. I listen before sleep. And slowly something beautiful happens. I begin to think in English. I hear English in my mind. Even when I am not listening, English stays with me. It becomes part of my world. If you want to speak well, first learn to listen well. Listening is not passive. It is powerful. Your ears are your first teachers. Train them. Trust them. Use them. Chapter 3. Reading that changed my life. It is a rainy afternoon. I sit near the window with a warm cup of tea. I feel calm. I remember my teacher once said, "Reading is the secret to fast learning." I think about that. I open my phone and search easy English stories. I want to try reading. I find one short story. It is called A Day in the Park. The sentences are simple. Tom wakes up. He eats breakfast. He goes to the park. I know almost all the words. I start reading slowly out loud. I speak clearly. I feel happy. It is not hard. I can do this. I finish in 5 minutes. I read it again. This time I understand more. Then I read a third time. My voice is smooth. My eyes move quicker. I smile. I feel good. I did not just read words. I live the story. I saw Tom. I saw the park. That day I decided to read every day. Not long books. Not difficult novels. Just easy English. 10 or 15 minutes are enough. The goal is not to finish a book. The goal is to enjoy the words and grow. The next day, I find a story about a girl and her cat. Then I read about two friends. They go shopping. The lines are simple. The words are easy, but the stories feel full of life. I feel connected. I feel like I am learning something real. I start noticing something amazing. I see words again and again. The word walk appears often. He walks to school. She walks to the shop. They walk together. Every time I see the word, it grows stronger in my mind. I do not need to write it. I do not need to memorize it. I just see it many times, and my brain remembers. This is the power of reading. You learn words in context. You learn the full sentence. You learn how native speakers use it. You learn what words go together. You do not need to ask, is this correct? You already feel it is correct. Sometimes I find a new word. I pause. I open the dictionary. I read the meaning. Then I read the line again. Now I understand. I do not write the word. I do not make a list. I just move on. If I see it again tomorrow, I will know it better. I also try reading out loud. I sit before the mirror and read the story. I watch my mouth. I listen to my voice. I do not care about mistakes. This is not a test. This is practice. Reading helps speaking. When I read more, I speak more easily. My sentences flow faster. My words sound natural. I do not pause much. I do not translate. I think in English because I read in English. After 1 week, I feel stronger. I read 2 or 3 stories. I enjoy them like movies in my mind. I guess meanings. I understand without a dictionary. English feels less like a stranger. It feels like a friend. Now, reading is part of my day. In the morning, I read 1 short story. At night, I read a longer one. Sometimes I read the same story many times. It helps me remember. It makes me fluent. If you want to practice at home, start reading. Start with short stories. Choose simple ones. Choose fun ones. Choose what you enjoy. Do not worry about grammar. Do not fear big words. Just read. Make reading a habit. Read every day, even for 10 minutes. Read with heart. Read with voice. Read with mind. One day, without trying too hard, you will speak better, think faster, and understand more. Reading is not only about words. It is about the world. A new world you can enter through English. Chapter 4. Shadowing without fear. It is evening. I sit listening to a story. The voice is slow and clear. The speaker says, "My name is Emily. I live in New York." I pause. I repeat the line. I try to sound the same. I listen again. I speak again. This is my first time shadowing. I learned this word from a video on SoulTalk English. Shadowing means repeating after a native speaker right after you hear the line. Like a shadow following someone. You hear. You speak. You copy everything. Words, sounds, tone, rhythm. I feel nervous. I have never done this. I fear sounding strange. I fear saying it wrong. But I remind myself no one is watching. I am at home. I am safe. I choose a short clip, only 1 minute long. The speaker talks about her day. I press play. She says, "I wake up at 7 a.m. I pause. I repeat, "I wake up at 7 a.m. I copy her voice. Then she says, "I drink coffee in the kitchen." I pause. I repeat. I say it again and again. Slowly I feel good. My voice becomes smoother. I stop being afraid. I start enjoying it. Shadowing feels like music practice. It is not about speed. It is about accuracy. It is about listening with care and repeating with focus. I make a small plan. 10 minutes of shadowing each day. Short clips with subtitles. First I listen. Then I read. Then I pause and repeat line by line. At first I make mistakes. I say things wrong. I forget sentences. But I do not quit. I return. I try again. I speak louder. I speak clearer. I speak with heart. After a few days, I notice a change. My pronunciation improves. My tongue moves faster. My voice feels natural. I can say long lines without thinking. I feel confident. Shadowing helps me hear real English, not textbook English, but the English people truly use. I learn how they join words. I learn their intonation. I hear where voices rise and where they fall. And the best part is I need no one. Just my phone, my headphones, and a quiet space. I shadow in the morning before breakfast. I shadow in the evening. Sometimes I shadow while walking. I whisper softly. No one hears me, but I practice. I also shadow before important events. If I have an interview, I search an English video about interviews. I repeat every line until ready. It gives me courage. It prepares me. It works. You do not need another person to improve speaking. You can shadow. You can copy. You can train your ears and tongue. Shadowing is hard at first, but it becomes fun. It becomes powerful. It becomes your daily workout. If you want to speak like natives, you must listen like them and speak like them. Shadowing gives you this chance. It turns your room into a classroom. It turns your phone into a teacher. It turns your voice into a tool for learning. So do not fear. Choose a short video. Press play. Pause. Repeat each line. Do this daily for 10 minutes. Soon you will feel the change. Your voice grows stronger. Your words clearer. Your English more alive. All because you shadow without fear. Talking to myself in English. It is a bright afternoon. I sit near the window, holding a notebook. The house is quiet, but my mind is full. I feel the need to speak. I want practice. But no friend is here. No teacher. No class. So I begin talking to myself. It feels strange at first. I say, "Hello, how are you?" Then I reply, "I'm fine, thank you." "And you?" I laugh. It feels silly, but it feels warm. I am not waiting for someone. I am not waiting for the perfect chance. I just speak. I walk around the room and say what I am doing. I open the door. I close the window. I take a pen. I sit on the chair. These sentences are simple but powerful. I speak slowly and clearly. I hear my own voice. I feel my English growing. Later I stand before the mirror. I look at myself and speak. I ask questions. I answer. I tell small stories from my day. Today I woke up early. I made tea. I cleaned the room. I watched the video. It feels like I am talking to a friend, and that friend is me. When I walk outside, I continue. Inside my mind, I speak English. I see a dog and say, "The dog is running." I see a man with a bag and say, "He is going to the shop." I see a tree and say the leaves are green. My inner voice slowly changes. It begins thinking in English. This is how I train myself, by speaking to myself. I need no partner. I need no perfect grammar. I only need courage. At first I make mistakes. I forget words. I mix sentences. But I do not stop. I correct myself. I try again. I smile and continue. The goal is not perfection. The goal is movement. Each day I talk about different things. Sometimes I imagine I am ordering food. "Hello, I would like a cup of coffee, please." Sometimes I imagine I am at the airport. "My flight is at 10 a.m. Where's the gate?" Sometimes I play two roles. I create full conversations in my room. Slowly I feel the shift. I feel confident. I speak faster. My sentences flow without effort. English becomes natural. It becomes part of me. One day I talk while cooking. I cut the onion. I add salt. I stir the soup. Suddenly I notice I am speaking without fear. I am thinking in English without effort. It just happens. This is the power of self-talk. It is private. It is simple. It is strong. It is a free classroom. I can speak in the morning. I can speak at night. I can speak when alone. The more I speak, the better I become. Talking to myself helps my brain build language fast. It connects thinking with speaking. It teaches bravery. It teaches me not to wait. So I do not wait. I look around the room. I say what I see. I tell a story about my day. I ask myself questions. I answer out loud. I talk to my mirror. I talk inside my mind. No one is watching. No one is judging. I am free. The more I speak to myself, the less fear I feel speaking to others. My English becomes a part of me. My confidence grows from within. And all of it begins with one simple thing: my voice. Chapter 6. Using Technology Smartly. It is night. I sit on my bed holding my phone. I ask myself, can I use this phone to learn better? I open my apps. I open my settings. Everything is in my language. Then an idea comes. I change everything to English. Now my phone speaks to me in English. Each time I unlock it, I see English words. It feels new. It feels strange. It feels exciting. This is the start of something strong. I decide to use my phone for learning. I want technology to help me. I want my phone to become my teacher. Next day I search for English apps. I find one with simple vocab. It shows pictures and says a word. Apple. I repeat apple. Chair. I repeat chair. I do this for 10 minutes. It is fun. It is easy. I learn without pressure. Then I find another app. It helps with speaking. It tells me to say sentences. I speak and it shows a green tick. I smile. I feel proud. I also use YouTube. I search easy English listening. I find a channel full of slow videos. I watch one about daily life. A man says, I wake up at 6 a.m. I brush my teeth. I eat breakfast. I pause. I repeat. I listen again. Next day I watch the same video. I understand more. My ears learn. My mouth learns. My mind learns. Then I try voice typing. I open a notes app. I speak. My phone writes my words. Hello, my name is Sam. I like to read books. If it types a wrong word, I know my pronunciation was wrong. I try again. Slowly my speech improves. I also use a dictionary app. When I see a new word, I search it. I read the meaning. I read an example. I do not force myself to memorize. I trust one will remember naturally when I see it again. I use Google Translate sometimes, but not much. Only when needed. I listen to the word. I repeat it. I shadow it. Technology helps me, but I do not use it all day. I use it with a plan. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. Only for English. No games. No distractions. Even music becomes learning. I find songs with subtitles. I listen. I read. I sing. It helps with rhythm. It helps with pronunciation. It is fun. I watch English shows with subtitles. First with subs, then without. I listen. I try to understand. I check again. I grow little by little. One day I try a voice assistant. I say, what is the weather today? It replies. I ask, what time is it in London? It answers. I smile. I am using English for real life. Technology is everywhere. When you use it smartly, it becomes your classroom. You do not need money. You do not need big books. You just need a phone, internet, and desire. Use apps. Use videos. Use voice tools. Use subtitles. Use your settings. Use everything with purpose. Let technology support you. Learn one thing each day. Say one sentence. Listen to one clip. That is enough. Small steps build big dreams. Your phone is not just a device. It is your teacher, your mirror, your partner. Use it wisely and you will speak fluently. Creating English habits at home. It is early morning. I am still in bed. The house is silent. I pick up my phone and open a simple English story. I read one small paragraph. Then I say it out loud. This is my morning habit now. I do it every day. It takes 5 minutes, but it starts my day in English. I learn something big. To improve English, you do not need long study hours. You do not need to learn everything at once. You need habits, small daily habits. When you repeat small actions every day, they become part of you. You do not think. You just do them, like brushing teeth, like eating meals. Now I do the same with English. After brushing, I talk to myself. I face the mirror and say, "Good morning. Today is a good day. I will make tea. I will study. I will grow." These words are simple. They wake my English mind. They prepare me for the day. When I cook breakfast, I play an English audio. I do not repeat. I just listen. My ears enjoy the sound. My mind learns without pressure. It becomes a habit. Every time I enter the kitchen, my brain says, "Let's listen." In the afternoon, I walk outside. While walking, I think in English. I describe things. A red car is moving. A man is talking. A bird is flying. These thoughts are short, but they train me daily. I also made a fun habit in the evening. After dinner, I watch a short English video. Sometimes a cartoon. Sometimes a slow talk. I watch with subtitles. I shadow a few lines. It becomes routine, like fun TV time, but in English. I write new words in a notebook. Only 1 or 2 daily. No long lists. No pressure. I write. I read. I use the words when speaking. Over time, the words stay in my mind. I label things in my room. Mirror, door, lamp, window, small notes stuck on objects. Each time I see them, I say the word. This tiny habit helps me remember without effort. On weekends, I talk to myself about my week. I say, "This week I worked hard. I read 3 stories. I watched 4 videos. I learned 5 words. I feel proud. I speak slowly but with joy." These results come from habits. Sometimes I feel tired, sometimes lazy, but my habits remind me. They whisper, "Just 5 minutes." And when I do it, I feel better. I feel strong. Habits help you grow even when weak. They carry you. They make English part of your life. Do not try to do everything in one day. Do not force long hours. Build a small routine. 5 minutes in the morning. 1 video in the evening. 1 story a day. Think in English while walking. Talk before sleeping. Start with 1 habit. Then add another. Slowly life changes. English becomes natural, not a subject, a companion. When English is a daily habit, it becomes your second nature. You do not study it. You live it. You do not need more time. You need consistency. 5 minutes daily beats 1 hour weekly. Make English your habit. Make it your morning friend. Make it your evening song. Let it grow with you. Chapter 8. Learning never stops at home. It is late night. The lights are off. I lie in bed thinking about my day. I smile. I read 1 story. I watched 1 video. I spoke to my mirror. I learned 1 word. Not a big day, but a good day. A day of learning. A day of growth. I remember when I did not believe in this. I thought I needed a teacher. I thought I needed a classroom. I thought a perfect plan was needed. I believed learning at home was impossible. Now I know the truth. Learning never stops at home. Home is where it begins. If you do it right, it takes you far. In weeks I have grown. My pronunciation is better. My sentences smoother. I understand more when listening. I speak more freely. And I did all this alone. How? By being consistent. By doing 1 small thing daily. By using the tools around me. Books, phones, apps, mirrors, my voice. I use my time. I use my energy. I use my dream. Some days were hard. I was tired. I was busy. I felt slow, but I never stopped. I told myself, just 5 minutes. I did it. Slowly, those minutes became a habit that changed everything. At home, you are the student and the teacher. You choose what to learn. You choose how to learn. You choose when to learn. This gives freedom. This gives control. I keep a notebook. I write a few words daily. I read them at night. I do not force myself. I trust my mind. I trust the process. Sometimes I record my voice. I talk for 1 minute. I speak about my day. Then I listen. I hear my mistakes. I hear my progress. I hear my courage. I still shadow. I still read. I still watch. I still talk. I still think in English while cooking, walking, or resting. Every small act becomes practice. The best part is I do not need anyone watching. I do not need a test. I do not need to be perfect. I just need to continue. That is how learning grows. It never ends. It expands. I understand now. Learning English is not about speed. It is about the journey. A gentle journey full of effort, full of patience, full of small victories. If you learn at home, do not fear mistakes. Do not fear being slow. Just continue. Read a little. Listen a little. Speak a little. Think a little. Daily. Trust your path. Your home is your school. Your phone is your tool. Your voice is your guide. Your dream is your light. You are not alone. I was there. I started with fear. I started with silence. But I stepped forward. Then again. Then again. Slowly I found my path. And you'll find yours. Keep learning. Keep speaking. Keep listening. Keep reading. Keep thinking. Let English grow with you. Step by step. Day by day. Do not wait for the perfect moment. This moment is perfect. Begin. Continue. Believe. If this video helped you, like and share. Subscribe to Soul Talk English for more easy lessons. And now I ask you, what is one habit you will start today? Comment below. Let us learn together. Let us grow together. Remember, you can speak English. You can learn at home. And I am here to guide you every step of the way.